And President Moon has once again reiterated the need to overhaul the nation's all-powerful prosecution. Meeting his top aides on Monday, President Moon pointed out while people taking to the streets to express their political opinions is a positive thing, he stressed that it must not be used to deepen divides within society. Park Hee-jun has this report.
President Moon Jae-in warned that differences in political opinion should not result in a deep political clash. At a weekly meeting with his top aides on Monday, President Moon brought up the candlelight demonstrations for the first time. According to Moon, the demonstrations, some demanding reform and others calling for the expulsion of controversial Justice Minister Cho Kuk, are not signs of division. Rather, they're a show of direct democracy that complements the representative democracy system. But he expressed concerns over the vigils potentially turning into a severe confrontation.
다만 정치적 의견의 차이가 활발한 토론 차원을 넘어서서 깊은 대립의 골로 빠져들거나 모든 정치가 그에 매몰되는 것은 결코 바람직하지 않을 것입니다. 많은 국민들께서 의견을 표현하셨고 온 사회가 경청하는 시간도 가진 만큼 이제 문제를 절차에 따라 해결해 나갈 수 있도록 지혜를 모아주시기 바랍니다.
Asked whether President Moon was implying that the people should refrain from further demonstrations, a senior Blue House official said it's up to the press to interpret his remarks. Saying that the public is united in its demands for the prosecution's reform, Moon reminded the Ministry of Justice and the prosecution that they need to work together to make it happen. Such a message comes a week after the president ordered the prosecution to draw up its own reform plan. It ups the pressure on Prosecutor General Yoon Sung-yeol, who has been blasted for the extensive probe into the corruption allegations surrounding Minister Cho and his family. President Moon is seen to be trying to use this momentum to push ahead with his reform drive. He instructed Parliament to hasten the legislative process for creating an independent body that investigates high-ranking government officials and transfers more investigative rights to the police. During the meeting, President Moon also assured the people that his government is doing its best to repair the damage caused by Typhoon Mitak. With more typhoons heading this way, he called for close coordination with local governments to strengthen safety in disaster-prone areas and facilities. And he said the country is doing its utmost to contain the African swine fever and stop it from spreading south. Park Hee-jun, Arirang News.